Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In this video, we're going over the Playdate, a new retro-inspired handheld that's a little bit different than everything else on the market. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, the Playdate was announced a while back, but it was delayed due to the pandemic. Now, pre-orders opened up today and they sold more than 20,000 of these things in less than 20 minutes. It has been extremely popular so far, and there are people out there wondering why. So taking a look at this device on the surface, and it's very tiny. It's a little bit bigger than some post-it notes. It doesn't have many buttons. It's got a D-pad, a B and an A button, and also a weird little crank. The screen on this one is black and white only, and it's not even backlit, but the pixels on it do look very nice. On the bottom of it, we have a headphone jack, we have a USB-C port. On the side, well, you can see the crank right there. The back has absolutely nothing on it. The other side has nothing on it. And the top just has a power button. Overall, this is a very simplistic device. So taking a look at the technical specs here, and this is probably why people are questioning the device as well. They're nothing to write home about. I mean, the battery life does look impressive, but that's because the rest of the system is so low powered. So the battery, you get 14 days of a standby clock or 8 hours of active use. The CPU here, 180 MHz Cortex M7. That's really low powered. Storage, 16 megabytes of RAM and 4 gigs of flash memory. So again, not really a whole lot to work with here. It does have wireless, it does have Bluetooth, it has a built-in mono speaker, not even stereo, but it does have a stereo headphone jack. It does have a condenser mic and TRRS mic in. The display is 400 by 240. We went over the D-pad, the A and B buttons. It does have a sleep and menu button, 3-axis accelerometer, and a crank. And if you take a look at the price here, $179. And that's what some people are scoffing at. It's safe to say that this is not going to be a gaming powerhouse. You're probably not going to get AAA titles on this. You're probably not going to get massive open world games. Games on this device are going to be fairly simplistic for a number of different reasons. One, the limited form of controls. Two, it's only really got a low-powered black and white screen. And number three here, well, the CPU, the RAM, the technical specs of this aren't really that powerful. Now, taking a look at the device, you can see the crank in action here. And is this device gimmicky? Yes, 100%. And if you don't think this device is gimmicky, there's also a speaker that the Playdate attaches to via magnets. And in that speaker, there's also pen holders. And that's precisely one of the reasons why people are excited about this device. It's not meant to be a gaming powerhouse. It's not trying to be anything it's not meant to be here. This is a gimmicky device. It's retro-inspired and it's meant to be fun and lighthearted. Included in the price of the Playdate are 24 games. You don't have to go out and buy games for it. They're going to be releasing 2 games every week until they get to 24 games overall, and they're calling this Season 1. Now, these games aren't going to be blockbusters, but they're also not going to be that bad either. Well, at least hopefully they're not that bad either. They're supposed to be cheerful and quirky, and that's kind of the whole point of this device. Furthermore, they're going to be releasing even more games for this, and you can develop your own games absolutely free and sideload them on here absolutely free. I think a lot of the charm of this device is the fact that it's not really trying to compete with anyone. It's just trying to do its own thing. It's not putting anyone down. It's not really in anyone's space. It's a completely optional device here. I'm not sure if I actually want one. I'm still kind of on the fence given the fact that I don't even know if I'm going to play the games on it, but at the same time, it is very interesting. Now, I have seen people draw a lot of comparisons with these games and mobile games, and while I can see where they're coming from, I don't necessarily make the same connection. Now, don't get mad at me for saying this, because there are some good developers making these games, and I'm not trying to downplay what they're creating here. It's just that these games kind of give off that vibe like those old miniclip.com games, or maybe even the old newgrounds.com games, just the old internet flash games. These will probably run a heck of a lot better, be a lot smoother, and be more entertaining. But at the same time, they just remind me of games that are enjoyed in short bursts and nothing overly deep. So at $179, do I recommend pre-ordering this device? The answer here is yes and no, and we'll start out with no. No if you think this is going to be a AAA gaming device. It's really not. No if you think you're going to have awesome online multiplayer. Probably not going to happen here. This might have multiplayer in some games, I really don't know, but at the same time, it's not really going to hold up against something like, I don't know, Call of Duty or anything like that. And on top of that, this is also going to be a niche device. So if you think everyone is going to have one, I'd be surprised, but I really don't think that's going to be the case either. And lastly here, at $179, you're really getting into the price point of something like a Switch Lite. And that's what, 20 bucks more? So that's something to consider as well. I mean, this does have 24 games for free, but at the same time, the Switch Lite also has some free games on it. So there's that to consider as well. Now looking at reasons why to pre-order this device, and there are a few reasons here. First and foremost, if you're interested in the games, primarily this is a gaming device, and that might be a reason to pick one up. If you're looking for a new gaming experience, might be a reason to pick one up. If you only have a few minutes here and there to play video games, I don't know, maybe you've got small kids or something, or maybe you're just so busy all the time and it's just nice to kind of unplug and do something maybe for 5, 10, 20 minutes, this might be a good thing for you. Secondly, the aesthetics of this. If you're not interested so much in the gaming aspect of it, or maybe even if you are, this has a very unique look to it. It's very different from what's out there. So if you're looking for a conversation starter, imagine if you had one of these plugged into the speaker sitting on the side of your desk. People are going to ask about it. It has a very unique look, a very unique appeal. A very retro new appeal that I actually really like. And I don't want to say hipster here. I don't want to say edgy or trendy. I don't know what the current word is, and I don't think it's eclectic, but it does have a very unique approach. I've said unique too much here, but anyways, it's different. The second last reason I can think of here is if you're looking for something portable. This is a very small device. It should fit in your pocket without issue. Unless you've got shallow pockets, no pockets, or maybe pockets with a bunch of crap in them. And this does have a very decent battery life, so you shouldn't really have to worry about that either. And last up here, if you're into game development. Apparently game development is fairly easy for this, fairly straightforward, and also free. And if you have an interest in that, or maybe just kind of a curiosity about it, this might be a device for you just to get into that. The one thing I do like about this pre-order though is that it says you can cancel at any time for a refund, and that's a little comforting considering right now they're shipping into 2022. At the end of the day here, I am still on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to pre-order a Playdate. On one hand, it looks interesting, but on the other hand, well, I just ordered a Steam Deck, and these aren't cheap either. The timing isn't really the best. And I don't know how much I'm actually going to use one of these things. But anyways, that is all I've got for this video. Let me know in the comments below if I should pre-order one for the channel to take a look at. And also let me know in the comments below if you're interested in one of these, if you're not, and if you've pre-ordered one or if you haven't. And if you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. Hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Thank you everyone, take care.